Give me 1 second. Let me check my lighting over here. All right. What's up, guys? I wanted to come on here today, really just to post this video straight on here, just put it directly on live. But I wanted to come on, especially after we had Mars go into Aries yesterday, which has been quite the energy for sure. Me as a Gemini, I already have a lot of mental energy, and so having Mars really Mars really step in, which is controls a lot of our crown chakra, and our overall just energy levels as well. I've been really overstimulated with my mind, so it's been very interesting. But yes, I just wanted to pull some cards today, and just see kind of what the energies are like right now. All right, let's get one more, please. Father God, Mother Earth, please connect me, root me down, connect me with Source, protect me as I'm online. All right, so first one we got was the Orphan. Whew, I've been feeling this energy super heavy, actually. I'll be honest. Let's take a look at this guy. So really reaching out for just life right now. Let's be honest, guys, it's been so destructive. It's been heavy energy, a lot of darkness. This Mars is causing a lot of people to have so much head energy and energy, especially after this dark time with the with the lunar eclipse about a week and a half ago. So yeah, there is a lot of dark energy that got really pulled up. And then with all of this kind of like Aries energy is war, the god of war, but so is Venus. So Venus is more strategic war, more how are we going to really strategize to get ourselves into a winning position, where Aries is more of this, we got to just fucking just light shit on fire. We got to come in and just take shit over, and we got to just get it however it needs to be done, really. So a lot of head again, just headspace, heavy thoughts, especially it's Gemini season, guys. Fuck. So we have just a lot of heavy mental energy that's honestly, it's very good, especially, yeah, especially after just kind of, these eclipses, these, just kind of coming out of wintertime. Wintertime was very heavy too. And I really see this energy, especially with Pluto kind of playing its part right now, with Saturn and Jupiter energy. I see that a lot of this stuff is not going to really subside until like next year, really. So really digging in deep. Mars and Aries is all about the I am. This is who I am. So sometimes we can get that a little more confused with ego, a little bit more with our aggressiveness. So really kind of using this energy to fight through all of this kind of old bullshit that got pulled up, is how I really want to put it. And so really using this fire, fire is very purifying as well. Let's be honest. So And even when we create fire in our in our bodies, I think of the solar plexus, and I think of the heart. The heart is where we perspire from. And so yeah, again, we're just having this like very purifying energy. Our hearts are on fire, but we also have all this energy finally, right? But because of all the things that got pulled up with the lunar eclipse, and now really being shined right now, I know for a fact with me, I have really, really recognized where there is just a lack of love. There's just a lack of not really connecting deep with the people I was around, and just this overall energy of kind of feeling like an orphan. Okay, kind of feeling like, holy shit, I kind of I don't feel like I belong here anymore, you know? So I really think, again, when we're shedding and we're coming on with all these new energies, we're really, really, um, really just seeing, holy shit, there's things I do need to clean up. There's things that I do need to put fire to so I can become the phoenix, right? And again, yeah, and then also with Mars finally going into Aries, I truly, and Jupiter going to into Aries, until for 12 years, you guys. So this is where we're going to start to see the rebirth of the masculine. I know the masculine has been really going through it over this last year, especially. I feel like the feminine kind of went through it a lot last year too, but even the year before that, I feel like that was really more of the feminine time. And the feminine is the creator. You know, we can put things to death and we can rebirth it, just like we do with our uteruses, right? So this is the energy that is creating this like huge shakeup where women are like, yo, we don't fucking, I don't want to sit here and long for love anymore. I want to feel like this, I don't want to be just seeking out, whether it's from my family, whether it's from my relationships, whether it's from friends. I really want to have this true connection with people, authentic connection, And so I actually dropped 3 more cards. I thought it was only 2. And so, yeah, and I also pulled a tarot card as well. And we got the 4 of Cups in reverse. So if you can kind of see this guy, he looks pretty disappointed, right? Did I say 3 of Cups? 4 Cups. Yeah, I think I said 4 Cups. He looks a little disappointed, He's not really looking at this figure trying to hand him a cup, but he's kind of just like looking at these other 3 cups and just like does not seem satisfied, So who is this person bringing this new cup? That's truly, I see that as the divine trying to give us this new cup of love, this new cup of maybe even just self-worth, where we're just finding our own alignment, which is funny. That's my next card. Finding our own alignment to really be able to have more self-love. And when you have that when you do have that 4th cup down here, we are talking about stability. We are talking about just feeling secure enough. All 4 of our corners are kind of covered, and we feel at a good place where we can be secure. But again, it was in reverse. So we are not feeling very secure right now. We're not feeling at a place where we want to be. And to me, we're not really seeing how the divine is trying to give us this cup that will fill our cups, fill our own self-worthy, and put us in alignment. I see this as the chakras. And I see this as cell division too. With me having a science major, I see some telomeres being pulled apart and 2 cells being ready to be divided. So to me, that means that as we become in alignment, then we're going to be able to really replicate ourselves and really expand and grow. And we're going to find even this way of, as we're so aligned and stay within that, and it's hard to stay in that, right? But just knowing that, you know, life is some darkness, life is light, it's happiness, it's stress. And so really just staying in alignment with yourself will really help you multiply what you're wanting at this point. Which I got 3 of Cups on the bottom of the card. So it's like the reunion card, right? So really reuniting with our own chakras, with our own energies. Again, so chakras are just the endocrine system, okay? And the main endocrine gland is the pineal and the pituitary. The pineal is receiving frequencies from the collective, from ourselves, from our environment, along with also we're hearing things, seeing things, smelling things, tasting things, right? So when we're collecting all this data, the pineal gland is going to tell what the pituitary what it should be doing. So the pituitary is going to be releasing the neurochemical transmitters that go to our other endocrine glands. These endocrine glands, once they receive these chemical receptors, they will, okay, let's say we have a fight or flight situation, and our body just all of a sudden, our heart just doom, 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 just huge, starting to feel this huge energy because it knows that it's going to have to fight or flight, right? So our heart's going to overdrive, and sometimes we don't even know how past events will keep us in these neural pathways that once we get a little bit of anything that's like that event, it'll cause that same neural pathways to go. So let's say you grew up in a crazy household, you hear something, your heart, or you're just going to start dropping a lot of chemical hormones to make your heart go faster. This is why a lot of people have anxiety right now, because they're not really recognizing that their neural pathways are very much in sync with old timelines, and that is really bringing that energy into newer places where when we get put off balance, we kind of go into these hyper modes of adrenaline rush kind of thing, different hormones again being released into our bodies. And that's just the heart. You know, we have the kidneys, the adrenal glands, we have our sexual glands, we have a gland in our butt, and yeah, all these places where we start to feel like you know, when things are not right, when things are not balanced, when we feel really like we just need to fight or flight, right? And so even with a lot of this like Aries energy that we have going, it's really causing things to be in overdrive right now. And that's why we're seeing a lot of maybe darkness in the world, a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now, because people are finally having this crazy amount of energy, and it's been such a dark place that it's hard to really escape that unless you've been doing the work, doing your meditation, really, really digging in deep with yourself to know how these neural pathways react when we get put in hard situations, what takes us out of our balance of chakras, you know, what doesn't keep us so aligned. And when we can't align, we don't have good cell division. We don't have proper cell division. Here, it's so aligned, you can see that when we do have that cell division, it will pull apart very well. I love this. We got the father energy as well. So again, a lot of this reawakening of this masculine energy that is really coming to be. I feel it and I see it with a lot of my guy friends. They just like are starting to hold more space. really becoming into their own kind of like father figure of like providing stability for even just me. For example, I feel like sometimes, probably about a year ago, my friends were kind of just very shallow, very guy friends were just not really listening to me when it comes to astrology, anything, that they kind of deemed crazy. They would just kind of write me off. And now it's like, oh, wait, I can listen to this. I can open and be open to what, she's talking about, because yeah, I do actually feel this, and again, I think it's kind of this like father figure type of masculinity that we're really, really reshaping. I think of the patriarchy, like fuck, like we're really, really, really starting to see that shadow aspect of the patriarchy, and what it's done to that father energy that we, as like being younger, had to deal with, where our fathers were, maybe more the breadwinner, and had to go out and be kind of away a lot. And that provided us maybe not so much alignment. And that really could have made, this transition into our newer world, our newer paradigm kind of tricky, because we had to like relearn that masculine energy to really align ourselves. The feminine energy we can really sit with. We can, yes, it's hard to go and like sit and be in a calm place and really find that like parasympathetic, just relaxation, but also really, really finding a good place of our masculinity, of where we had to kind of reparent our more patriarchy side. Okay. What is the patriarchy? I think of, a lot of just a lot of toxic masculinity has caused a lot of fathers to not be present in children's life. I know a lot of people from my age, around my age, I'm 33, have been really, really just kind of put into these realms where the father was a little more absent, had to go more be the breadwinner, but then the mother really had to take on a lot of those masculine aspects, especially because of the toxic masculinity that's just been really, really heavily present for a long time. But we really are starting to see those effects, where our fathers were having to be out and about, and that really drove them to toxic behaviors, toxic patterns, that really drove our mothers into this hypermasculinity, where our mothers were not able to be totally in their feminine, really show children how to fully express themselves and to be fun and to be these wild kind of an extension of an internal child, and really I think we're just really seeing kind of that split, and how we can really heal that. We can really see that. And when I see this blue, I think of expression, but then I also think of water too. So where we can really water our father energy and give it new growth and expansion outside of this real toxic masculine world that we've been put in, And I love this. Oh, sorry, the offering. So now what I see is that we are offering our own balance. We're offering ourselves our own growth, our own, and it's been kind of a dark, weird place in this last, couple decades, really, that has been really having us long for just real solid love and just growth, and to really shed our skin, you know, and to be able to come into place where when we do have, you know, where we're offering ourselves this like real solid love, not even just the love that we, you know, that we got from our mothers, but also or not just from our mothers and our fathers, but or our families, but the lack of love that we've gotten as well. You know, we're really starting to offer that to ourselves. So really seeing that we can, and really seeing that we can offer when we do have that real good balance of kind of reparenting ourselves, we can be offering to hold space for people that need to really find that midpoint, you know, that yin and yang, that balance between our father and mother aspect. This really even pulls in a lot of Kundalini kind of energy for me too, because in order for us to have a Kundalini arising, and I'll speak on what that is, I think of our root, our 1,000-petal lotus, as the child, our internal child, right? So we really have to open our internal child, but also give it the good masculine and feminine structure, reparenting, if you had kind of not good parenting, you know, kind of reparent and give us really good, strong structures to allow this internal child to just fully petal out, fully open, you know. I could smell your bathroom. I saw the flowers, so there you go. Here's your flower stuff. But yes, really just allowing ourselves to open up, you know, like this beautiful flower that we are, grow and expand, and to really finally show who we are, you know, to be in this full expression of who we are, and to show our beauty, and to show what we truly, truly have to offer ourselves, therefore the world, right? And, you know, just, yeah. 10 of Cups in reverse. So really, really looking at our home life, what we would have called, you know, staple when we were young, and really kind of seeing off, you know, like really see how these people are kind of like, all right, let's open up all these cups. You know, let's see what's in each and every one of them. Make sure that it's good, clean, purified, just healthy water. And again, it came in reverse. So really putting away the things that were not meant for us, that we need to shed. And I'm talking like mental things that we need to shed from our parents. You know, all of these old programmings, you know, their programmings when the time, you know, especially when times got rough, when there was kind of this, see how this house, oh, sorry, I'll put it in. See how this house kind of has like a shadow? When there was some shadow aspects in our world, you know, when we were kids, and not really understanding why that shadow aspect kept us from seeing our full potential of our parents, you know, seeing the full potential of the father that can easily, you know, provide that stable grounding, that real safety. You know, a lot of people lacked that safety when we were younger. You know, when 10 of Pentacles is in reverse, we're not at this totally happy house quite yet. And that's where, when we really find where, you know, that shadow aspect of the father is, and then the light side of that, and then how you really want to put that together. Because let's be honest, like when you put them together, you are very solid, you know, and putting it together as in like you healed this shadowy aspect of that father patriarchy type of programming that's so deep within us, and now you're offering yourself. Really, how I see this hand is you're offering yourself to ready to be receiving, you know, in a good receiving way, where we when we offer ourselves, love, attention, really understanding that unconditional love, knowing that there is some darkness around some of the things that we've been within ourselves, so really coming into terms with just offering this truth and this authenticity to ourselves to really help us find that good alignment, find those that good chakra alignment. All right, I'm gonna pull a couple. I'm gonna do 2 more tarot. I see this right now, so heavy too, like where we kind of are seeing the patriarchy that's dying. And then we're also seeing kind of, again, this reemergence of this real beautiful masculine energy that we have in this world. It's there. It's hidden. It needs to be shed. It needs to be opened up, but we can offer that to ourselves. Absolutely. Yes. So the 5 of Wands can be taken as kind of this, kind of like this very like fighting energy, conflicting energy, but it can also be seen as, these new aspects of us we're now training to become better. You train with your wand before you train with your sword, right? Yeah, so I see that this 5 of Wands is like we're kind of at this midpoint, to being our full potential, but we're training. We're trying to get better. We're trying to teach ourselves new things. We're trying to use these new wands that we got, the Ace of Wands, this new spark that we got, this new fire energy that we're receiving so heavily from all of these Aries placements, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. That's heavy, heavy Mars energy, Aries energy. And just really learning how to use our wands, because we're kind of at this midway point where we just sorry, the dog upstairs, but we're seeing really this midway point where we can train, and we can really fight through these old paradigms of thinking. How I kind of even see it too is there's like some white ones and there's some like gold ones, so really just fighting through these old ways and really purifying ourselves to those white ones, we can say. And again, I'm gonna do one more card. Yes, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this kind of, again, talks, let's use our wands for a little while, these sticks, to learn how to really use our swords. Swords can be a lot more vicious than a wand, right? So I'm going to talk about, and look, I love this too. It kind of came over the offering. So see how she's kind of handing out her hand. And when I think of this sword, I think of the sword of truth. So really handing, really offering ourselves our truth and our authenticity, holding our truth and our authenticity in our one hand, and really, really offering our other hand to others to help them really fight through their truth and authenticity and get to their authenticity. And again, that comes with really exposing ourselves to how this father patriarchy, our own father energy, our own fathers of our children, any of that energy, how that really has, caused us this feeling of not being aligned. And if these guys are not aligned, we feel kind of like we're just reaching out for love, you know, and that's really shedding that. All right, I'm going to do a quick vampire card. I love these cards. They're so much fun. And we'll wrap this up. Yeah, I've been talking about 30 minutes. Yeah, I see, you know, let's be honest, the patriarchy's falling, guys. It didn't work for all of us. It didn't work for us, like, ever. You know, it's been a thing where we just have totally kind of handed ourselves over because we're not feeling this safety and security of being able to go out and go do, you know, get our own medicine or plant medicine, plant our own crops, find our own water, you know. So we're really subjected to this like toxic masculinity, this toxic patriarchy that's really starting to fall. Let's be honest. Come on, give me a vampire. Happy Gemini season though, for reals. Oh, that's too many. I'm gonna take this one though that fell on the father, because why not? The other ones fell over and discipline. Yes, discipline. I love this card. So cute, the little kitty. So right away what this tells me is that cat is that like feline energy. Really like reminds me of like a feminine energy, honestly. And I don't know, like it's almost like the divine feminine. When I think of cats, they, you know, they're ready to they're like their next incarnation will be human. Cats are the closest to when they reincarnate to become human. That's why they're so loving, affectionate, but they're also very smart too. They say that they're before dogs, like dogs have to be cats and then they can be humans in the spiritual world. And so what I see is like the divine feminine, just like if she's like teaching her how to kind of like play this instrument, you know, and really support her and like love her and really help with her being so disciplined to learning, you know. This is training, consistency, practice, discipline. Yeah, so really finding discipline to, again, find in what areas we really feel like the orphan, you know, and why are we getting subjected to frequencies that make us feel that way, you know. Is it something that's super deep within us, you know, like our father aspect, our mother aspect, you know, old relationship, some bad things that happen with friends, you know, what makes us feel like the orphan and doesn't allow us to find that alignment, you know? When we kind of don't feel like this love and understanding from ourselves, you know, first, then we have a hard time really finding that out without, you know, in the outer world. So us being able to really find the discipline, again, to find that alignment, especially when it comes to, you know, this patriarchy mindset that we've been so programmed in. And again, from family to the masculines that we see out there, kind of the father figures we see out there, to you know, the patriarchy, this whole dark patriarchy is really showing itself right now. That shadow of it is really showing itself. And again, as we are reemerging, especially with all of this Aries energy, that masculine is really reemerging from a lot of the teachings and realignment that they had to do, and the realignment that having our feminine come in and help realign and bring back that hyper masculinity that we've been in takes discipline. It really fucking does. You know, it takes listening to yourself. It takes listening to your feminine side, you know. It takes discipline to really train yourself when things are going to shit in the outer world and you don't want to continue to keep, you know, replaying that in your mind, or when we get put in bad situations, you know, that discipline that we can really seek to come back within, right? Come back within, realign, find what shadow was fucking with you, give it the emotion, give the expression that it needs, give it the enlightenment that it needs to help it come back to life. Offer yourself the discipline that it will take to get ourselves out of being the orphan, being stuck in this energy where we just don't really feel like we belong, right? Putting ourselves in situations, aligning our frequencies with people that make us feel like the orphan. I love this cup. There's so much 4 cups, 10 of cups, and then we got the wand, swords, discipline, yeah. I love this whole entire series, but this is a really pretty card. I wish I had some better lighting to show. Awesome, guys. I really appreciate you so much for tuning in. I am just getting all of this started on my YouTube up. I put up my portfolio if anybody's interested in a free reading. And also, yeah, just I'm totally kind of revamping everything. So I'm excited to have all of that up and implemented. But definitely will be on here to do some more readings. And yeah, appreciate you guys.